Hello friends, Pulkit this side from Gadget Generations, and today I'm bringing you a review for this exciting new cable from Effect Audio. It is recently launched. It is called the Code 23. Code series from Effect Audio has been always dedicated for premium material cables like the Code 51 model, which is based on pure silver cable, pure silver material. This one, the all new Code 23, it is based on premium copper material. As you can see, it has a two-strand configuration. Each strand has, as from the data that from the Factory that has provided, it has a 13 core arrangement, and each wire diameter is thick. It is about 16.5 AWG. It is one of the thickest cable that I have seen in recent times. The model that I have with me over here is a prototype model. This is going around among audiophiles, among reviewers for the purpose of testing. This unit goes back to Effect Audio after this review has concluded. And so, without wasting any more time, let us begin with the design and build quality for the Code 23. First of all, moreover, I will be adding the link for Code 23 in the description section below. You guys can check out more technical details and more features of the cable over there. So without wasting any more time, let's begin with the design and build quality for the Code 23. Coming towards the sound and design and build quality for the Effect Audio Code 23 over here, it is a very well built cable, although it is quite thick. The thickest cable I have seen in the market so far was like 22 AWG in wire diameter, or I guess 24 AWG, but this one each here has a wire diameter of 16.5 AWG. The wires, as you can see, are quite thick, and the cable itself has a solid core configuration. It is Effect Audio's first ever cable to feature this. The cores and the wire strands are not braided together; they are just simply rolled over each other. Despite being its thick and heavy build, the cable is not as hard to manage as one might imagine, because the overall feel of this cable in hand is quite soft, and it is not stiff by any means. It is not hard. It doesn't it is manageable, not as manageable as compared to thinner cables. Thinner cables are easily managed and easy to store. This one needs a dedicated case for it. Although, since you know that this is a prototype model, there are no designer elements at its termination plug area or Y splitter area. The final retail unit has a beautiful pattern, has a beautiful metallic element present on both the termination plug and the Y splitter area. Also, the final retail unit has a Termax Effect Audio's swappable termination plug system, and also Connex. This one also has Connex, but I didn't have any spare MM6 Connex adapter, so I used a standard 2-pin to MM6 connector to use my Euclids with this. Overall, the cable looks and feels perfect. It is thick, there are no doubts in that. It is a bit harder to store in any case. You will be needing a bigger case for this one, but that's all about it. In this beautiful green color, it looks like Hulk. Not talking about Dunu Hulk over here, I'm talking about Marvel Avengers Hulk. So bit heavy but nicely built and soft in hand feel for the Effect Audio Code 23. Also, I guess the final retail unit is a little bit thinner than this one, not a lot thinner, but it is still thick. But I have an idea. Actually, the friend that sent me this prototype unit had a talk with Effect Audio, so they might have readjusted the size of the cable about 10 or 20% thinner than this one. It's still, I would say, it would be on the thicker side, but still, that's there. I'm not sure about that. This prototype model over here, it's quite well built. So let's move ahead and we will discuss on the sound quality part now. Talking about the sound quality for the Effect Audio Code 23 over here, I have used it mainly with two of my IEMs, the Unique Melody Mext and the Audeze Euclids. In my opinion, the Code 23 takes the sound signature of your IEMs and greatly enhances them with improved dynamics in its presentation. By dynamics, I mean it greatly enhances the final result by adding air between the instruments. Instruments sound crispier and better defined, in my opinion, with the cable. Bass response is tighter and it reaches deeper in the sub bass region as well. Mid range, as I have mentioned earlier, sounds cleaner and has better definition for instruments. Also, throughout the frequency band, I have seen that the Core 23 sounds cleaner and has a darker background. Treble response with the Core 23 is smoother yet crispy. It doesn't have any kind of unnecessary peaks with IEMs such as the Audeze, Euclids or unique melody Mext. It helps them to achieve a smoother response and deliver great amount of details at the same time. Instruments sound crisp like pianos and electric guitars and normal acoustic guitars. Also, notes are better defined. Each and every single note can be recognized nicely on this cable. Also, background is cleaner, darker, and the mid-range is accurate and more natural. Also, the tonality wise, I don't see Core 23 to be adding unnecessary color to the output. It maintains a natural and smooth presentation for any kind of given earphones that you treat it with. Now let's talk about some pairings with the Audeze Euclids. With the Audeze Euclids, Core 23 greatly enhances its sound. It adds more definition to instruments and yet retrieves good amount of details. The Euclids, in my opinion, are quite a resolving set. With the Core 23, it benefits and delivers richer sound. The tone and definition is a little bit more richer compared to the stock cable for the Euclids. Unique Melody Mext, on the other hand, has a natural and balanced profile with the Core 23. On its stock cable, I have noticed it to have a V-shaped profile, but with the Core 23, it maintains a smooth U-shaped profile with the good balance between the three frequency bands. Sorry. The Audeze Euclids, with the Audeze Euclids Core 23, the bass response is better, much better compared to what I have on the stock cable with the Euclids. The also mid range is on the Euclid is better defined, and well, that's all about that I have noticed with these two IEMs. Core 23, in my opinion, is a great cable. It greatly enhances your output. It mainly affects the dynamics of the outputs, basically in improving the sense of air on the stage, which makes the earphone to sound more open and more wider, I would say. It also improves the definition both for instruments and vocalists. Vocals get a little bit of richness to their presentation, to their tone, I would say. Both male and female vocals sound richer with the Core 23, with both the IEMs that I have tested it with. It's a fantastic cable in that regard. Well, that's about the sound quality part for the Core 23 from my side. Now let's move ahead and I will conclude this review. Thank you so much. Well, that's all about the Effect Audio Core 23 from my side. I absolutely adored this cable, especially with the Audeze Euclid. The Euclid synergize so well with the Core 23 that I think that it is a true endgame like sound for me, at least for me. Uh, Although I would like to add here that yes, the cable is a little bit harder to manage compared to compared to the aftermarket cables in the market that are thinner in their build quality. But even if you are able to manage with this thick build quality, I'm pretty sure you will be super impressed with the sound that this cable packs. It isn't anything like regular copper cables in the market. It has a rich and well defined sound to its presentation. I am super impressed with its sound quality. Well, that's about it. I hope you guys like this video of mine, and do share it with your friends, and well, that's about it. Do subscribe to my channel and leave me a like. Thank you so much. So I've been editing the video for Effect Audio Core 23, and I recently got a confirmation from Effect Audio that the Core 23 cable has been readjusted the wire diameter, and it is now not as thick as this prototype model. I'm including the shots over here for the final retail unit, so you guys can look at it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.